It's the Bacon, Egg, and Cheese Show with Lady Luck, Bad Bunny, and I go by Miss Lissa. We gon' wake that ass up. Alright, it's the Bacon, Egg, and Cheese Show, and Cheese Show. We give you what you need, yo. You need, yo. Every 3 times a week, yo. A week, yo. It's the Bacon, Egg, and Cheese Show, and Cheese Show.
Yeah, bacon, egg, and cheese, about to wake that ass up. Girl, who is you playing with? Wake that ass up. Told your big daddy when you wake your ass up. Yo, what is you waiting for? Wake that ass up.
After we do the show, then stop. Then what? Subscribe it like it's hot. After we do the show, then stop. Now what? Subscribe it like it's hot. Now subscribe it like it's hot. Now subscribe it like it's hot. BEC, so subscribe it like it's hot. So subscribe it like it's hot. So subscribe it like it's hot. BEC, so subscribe it like it's hot. So subscribe it like it's hot. Subscribe it like it's hot. Okay, good morning.
Good morning.
I feel for you. I think I love you.
Yes, welcome to the show, everybody. Share the love, share the live. The bacon, the egg, and the cheese are officially ready. It's time for your favorite dish. We're going to get ready to chop up these hot topics, dish this dirt, and we want you to join the conversation. So be heard or be seen in the comment section, and Lady Luck might just pull you up to the experience. Make sure you are following the BEC Show on Instagram. Ow.
Ew.
Overflow speedy recovery. She was out in Miami popping, hopped out the Uber and sprained her ankle, broke her ankle. So shout out to her.
I hope she's
Stop chasing these women around, Overflow. That's what happened. You was chasing the wrong woman and you fucked up your ankle. You messed up your ankle, okay? I hope she wrapped it for you. I hope she wrapped it real nice for you.
Yeah, we welcome to summer. When does the summer officially start?
the 21st, I believe.
Oh, so it's summertime because it has been brutal outside. Oh, June? Okay, because it's been brutal outside. If the spring is like this, summer is going to come in like a hurricane.
Well, speaking of being outside and brutal, Nick Cannon is outside, baby. He is for the streets, and he said that if it doesn't compare to the relationship that he had with Mariah Carey, he don't want it. Let's go to the videotape.
Mama think they up next, so they be like, yeah, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, once you know, that to me was one of the greatest experiences of my life, and for that to have come to an end as well is like, why would I go back if I couldn't make that work out right? I think once I gave my all to a scenario, going forward, I'd have to be presented with something that I've never seen before, never experienced, and in order for me to be willing to go back to do something like that, because it's almost like, I did my best in this space, and now I feel like there's a new journey in my life. There's different experiences.
You heard what he said. He said, okay, he a gigolo, getting lots of doughs. He gonna get his hoe. The ring no more, because he loves Mariah Carey. He loved Mariah Carey. He said, if it's not Mimi, then we don't belong together. It is just a fantasy, okay? You don't compare. You do not.
Damn, that's kind of harsh.
That's what he said, but at least he kept it honest. I want to go to the ladies. It's the Bacon, Egg, and Cheese Show. It's Nick being brutally honest. Do you feel like he's being toxic? How do you feel?
Jeez.
So he's basically saying, like, he don't want a relationship if it ain't Mariah?
He's saying if it doesn't compare, if it's not of that level, he said he felt like he tried to his best capabilities and he was in that relationship and he gave it his all. So for that not to have worked, unless you can show him something better or make him feel like, it's something he never experienced before, he don't think it's going to work.
That's insane.
I thought he was just saying he don't want to get married again.
Well, that's what these girls want that's getting pregnant. They don't want to just be your baby mama. They want to be locked down, tied down. And he's saying that he's not going back into that direction unless you can show something better than what he already couldn't make work.
Well, I don't if these women necessarily want to be his wife, because baby mamas are an accomplishment nowadays, especially with someone of his caliber. You know, girls, a lot of them get pregnant, to have a baby. I think that marriage has demoted on scale of accomplishment nowadays. So I don't know if what he's saying is correct. Especially like if I know that you already got 5, 6 kids, I'm not coming in to be number 7 or 8. But I mean, that's other people's, that's other people's goals in life.
What about you, Bunny? How do you feel? Like, would you appreciate if someone told you, listen, it don't get no better than what I had with my ex. We could have some sex, but there's nothing else next.
I'm too sensitive. I got too many issues to deal with something like that. Like, once you start comparing me to a whole nother chick, I'm out. Like, because I'm not going to have you messing with my self-esteem, trying to compare me to Mariah Carey. Like, I can't even sing, B. Like, so right there, I can't. Like, I don't want to be compared to any exes. And if you start comparing me to exes, then you're going to be my ex, because I'm not dealing with that. No.
I'm being compared to your ex when it's better. So like you could tell me,
yeah, well,
for me, and you are the best thing that ever happened to me. You know what I'm saying? I don't mind that. But if you try to tell me, oh my shit, and you're not gonna compare, well then that's when we shout out Jeff from Harlem. That's when we have to end it.
Well, is there anyone in the comment section that agrees with what Nick Cannon is saying? That thinks that the honesty is the best policy, and even though you might not get the ring, maybe that's not what you wanted. So you might just be comfortable and just being his baby mama, or just his friend, or sex buddy, or whatever.
I'm here for the honesty. I'm always here for honesty, but just that's because you being honest don't mean that I gotta deal with it. Once you honest, now I have my option, and my option is I'm not dealing with that. Like, no, I need you to be all in. If you're not all in, we got an issue. Period.
Well, speaking of all in, this man was all in this woman's face. She was in an Arlington gas station. She said that she only asked the man to give her a little bit of distance, I believe. And this is his response.
Hey, what's good, everybody? How everybody doing?
How you doing?
It
was punch
after punch after punch. I never thought I would be in like a situation like that ever. I walked into the gas station. He came in after me and was just like ranting and raving about y'all's kind and y'all need to go back and all this other stuff. While she was buying gas at the counter, she says the man was making racial remarks and was standing close to her, so she asked for some space. And he didn't back up. I told him like I could just call my dad or whatever. He was telling me like he had his gun in his car. So at that point I felt threatened, and then he put his beers on the counter in front of my stuff, and I slid them over, and at that point that's when he started punching me in the face. Let's take the video frame by frame. She's facing him, his leg at the bottom of the screen. You can see her arm move. Then he swings and punches her in the face. I was literally shocked. After the first hit, you could see my mouth drop. Like, when he first hit me, I was just like, whoa, and then he kept hitting me. I want, like, real charges to be brought to him, not just something simple. Like, this is actual hate.
This is an actual hate crime. What do we do about these homegrown terrorists? How do you feel about this situation? How do you feel like you would have handled this situation? Welcome to the show. What is your name? Where are you from?
All right, well, I'm Leash the Beast. I'm originally from Brooklyn, New York. I'm in Jersey City currently.
She's from Brooklyn.
It's good.
Because Brooklyn, we everywhere. We go anywhere and post up. You know me?
So what would you do in Arlington and you were in this gas station and you were attacked by an American terrorist?
Well, listen, I'm putting a call into all my cousins. You know what I'm saying? All my uncles, and we going to travel in troves, and we going to handle it. And
use what's called street justice. That's how I would handle it, because I feel like it takes a village. Of course, this is a man. I'm a woman, so I can only do but so much. But best believe there's gonna be some get back.
Can I say this real quick? It's not like he walked in there and just swung on her. And not for nothing, and I'm not justifying it because he was wrong. He was dead wrong. But Shorty said it herself. She was talking crazy. She said he put the beers on the counter. She pushed them to the side.
No, that didn't
sometimes.
She was online and he put his stuff up there, so she put her stuff in.
Yeah, but she said she pushed them. If you listen to what she said she pushed his beers. My thing is, if you already see somebody a little bit off for me, I'm not even gonna go there with you. I ain't got the time. I don't want this shit to escalate because I'm trying to make it home. I just came to the store to get a little something. If I see somebody a little off, acting a little crazy, I'm not gonna sit there and go back and forth with this man. And at the end of the day, sometimes people feel like, oh, I want to stand up and what you said, and then boop, 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 boop. That can happen. So now it's like, oh my God, the first hit, I couldn't believe it. But if you talking like you about that life, you got to understand it's men out here that don't care if you a female. They don't care. So once you see a man start talking to you crazy off the rip, you got to know it's a chance that he might put hands on you. And so when you keep going with him in this argument and he put hands on you, I mean, he's wrong, but I'm not going to sit here and act like, oh my God, I was just in the store and this man walked in here and punched me in the face. Like, nah, I'm not going to do that. So for me, I try to avoid things. Yeah, everybody don't have to do that. You got the right to stand up and talk shit if you want to talk shit. You got the right to. But when somebody hook off on you and hit you with that two-piece dinner, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't start crying like damsel in distress. Don't play damsel in distress. Push beer.
You're right.
I feel like Lady Luck has something to say. I feel like her face is communicating. I would love to know what you are thinking, Lady Luck.
Oh, man.
Well, I'm waiting for Bab's Wi-Fi to get on point. First of all, the Lord knows me. So the Lord doesn't have situations like this happen to me. The Lord knows me. I've had it up to here with this shit. You know what I'm saying? That's first of all. Second of all, me and my baby reviewed the video about 5-6 times, and I watched the background because this is in the South. So in the gas station, they allowed to sell alcoholic beverages. So right behind her was a wine rack. You understand what I'm saying? So even if I push your beers or whatever like that, I'm not being confrontational, but I'm also not going to put my tail between my legs because you're racist. You know what I mean? She said that he was outside ranting about your kind, this, that, and the third. As soon as that punch connected, I wouldn't have been sitting there fighting back. I would have looked all around my surroundings and find something that I could fight you back with and hit you with. And I saw the glass bottles back there. So we both would have got arrested that day. I'm just letting y'all know. I'm not here for nobody's racism. I'm not here to back down. I just came to the store. I'm not doing none of that. I'm waiting for one of these days. I'm waiting for Karen to say something to me. I'm waiting.
But he wasn't saying nothing to her. If I'm walking in a store, this is just me. If I'm walking in a store and some crazy white person is out there saying racist, oh, invert this, invert that. As long as he's not talking to like, yo, coming up to me, I'm going to keep it moving. Because at the end of the day, like, yo, if any little thing escalates, it's not worth my life. This is a stranger. Me arguing with him is not going to change his point of view. It's not. And so at the end of the day, he's still going to be calling people the N-word. And he pushed her dead in the face. I can't say I'm not confrontational, but I'm pushing your beer because I'm not racist. And if you push my beer, I might pop on you. Dead ass. So to me, that's being confrontational. If I'm already having words with you, and then I put my shit on the counter and you like, what? And pushed it, boop, boop, boop. And this ain't about being racist. If I'm on that type of time, I'm on that type of time. And so that's why I'm like, I'm not on that type of time, and I'm trying to make it home. For me, I just want to get home. I want to pick my son up from school. I want to smoke some bud. When I get him situated, I want to eat lobster tails. I want to get on the bacon, egg, and cheese show. I want to laugh and joke with y'all. I'm not trying to have knots on my head because some crazy white man punched me in the face 5 times because I felt like I needed to stand up because he was racist. Just
if you saw somebody beat up, would you have stepped in and tried to, interject?
I mean, yeah, definitely, because at the end of the day, I'm going to be like, yo, what's going on? I'm going to ask the people, y'all help, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but I'm going to pick something up. I'm just saying, for me, I'm just in that space. I used to be that girl. I would have been that girl that would have argued with him. But I'm not that girl no more. I'm just saying, like, I don't got time for it. It's just a waste of my time. When I could just, boop, get my shit and go home, and he's not a thought to me.
Protect Black women, and I'm just telling you right now, for somebody to feel like they can start swinging on a Black woman in the store because she moved his beers out the way, because I'm online. I'm here paying for my stuff. You put your stuff in front of me, I'm gonna move it to the side and finish with my transaction. You know what I'm saying? Now, the only thing that, would have stopped me is because Mans was talking about he got a gun in the car. So I would have probably slowed down a little bit. You know what I mean? But you swing on me. We, especially if it's in the South. Shout out to Georgia. It's a Carey state. So I whip ripped up. You know what I'm saying? So somebody try to put their hands on me, that'd be, like my mother said, that'd be the last thing you do. You know what I'm saying?
Well, do you have any final thoughts?
Wait, let me say this real quick. I've had people skip me before, even recently, right? And I was tight, like, yo, what the fuck? And I, like, I say that like in a low tone, right? Because I'm not rushing to get nowhere. It's not like, oh my God, I'm gonna be late to my money. I got like that. Yo, bitch, go ahead. It ain't even worth it for me. That's just what I'm saying. For me, it's not worth it. Where it can go, just because the bitch said, hey, I'm gonna pay for my shit first. Bitch, go pay for your shit first. Shit. I might turn around and steal this shit now since you jumped in front of me. But I'm not fighting you. I'm not arguing with you. I'm not doing none of that. That's all I'm saying.
I'm in the situation, but somebody put their hands on me, we both going to jail. That's it, because I'm grabbing any and everything in that store and I'm hitting you with it. That's it. So shout out to the liquor stores and the gas stations in the South, because that glass bottle would have found its way to him. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, you gotta defend yourself at the end of the day, and I feel like the fact that happened and there were Black people in there that didn't do shit, like that's a problem too, because we gotta protect each other at the end of the day. But as far as like egging them on and all that shit, I'm not that type of person, so I know that wouldn't have been my situation. But you can't be doing shit like that. You can't pick a fight and then back down either. So that's how I feel.
Well, how can the people get in contact with you, get in tune with you?
Leash is a dope producer, dope video director, just dope creative all around. She blocked me. She unblocked me. It be happening. If you don't love me, if you never blocked me or unfollowed me. So, shout out. But Leash super talented. Leash is super talented. Make sure y'all lock in with her. Her music is on Housewives every Sunday, and we got a bunch of projects we're working on. So make sure y'all lock in with Leash the Beast.
Yeah, and don't forget Lizzo's Watch Out for the Big Girls. I got a bunch of placements on that one too, thanks to Lady Luck.
Watch out for the big girls. Hey, that was a really good show too.
Yeah, I love that show.
Yeah, it was a really good show.
Yeah,
shout out to
some of them girls was brave. I wouldn't be showing all my cellulite like that. Them girls, they said we bringing the oatmeal out, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not doing it. But respect to them.
Shout out to all the BBWs, by the way. I love me some BBWs. So there was a lot of eye candy on that show. I just want to point that out.
I am a BBW. I rep for the BBWs. You know what I'm saying? But yeah.
Dumb shit.
All my BBWs, Fupa gang, bam, where y'all at?
Shut
Let me
up.
put my hand in that pouch.
Shut up.
It's the Bacon, Egg, and Cheese Show. If you love us and you want more of what you see, make sure you are subscribed to our YouTube channel. Just head to YouTube after the show, hit that search box, pause, type in Bacon, Egg, the letter N, Cheese Show, hit subscribe, and don't forget to tap that notification bell so you don't miss any exclusive content from the Bacon, Egg, and Cheese Show. Often imitated, never duplicated, baby. We are that show. Now, speaking of duplications, Brandy duplicated Jack Harlow's single First Class, and she took some shots at him because he didn't know who she was. So she let him know she is B Rocker, baby. She raps and she sings.
Oh, this is good.
Is amazing. The game need a breath of fresh air, and I'm breathtaking. Painted pictures, Cinderella scriptures, but that don't mean Jack in the streets. Jack of all trades, now I'm here, Jack of the beats. Queen's cancel, but you could never cancel a queen. Crown concrete stone, an angel in disguise, a room to earth. My resume is amazing. The game need a breath of fresh.
She actually took some shots at Jack, and we just heard her say that Queens is canceled. So the show Queens is not going to be airing. So we got two sips of tea in one delivery. So how did y'all feel about her the snippet of her song? Do you think that she said it was just a joke, she's just letting him know who she is. Do you feel like Jack Harlow should respond?
I definitely think he should respond. And I love Brandy, but you know I'm here for all the smoke, and he better go in
Unless
on her
the white man in the gas station.
What? He's talking about rap music.
Okay, guys, we're going to turn the show off. Thanks. Time to go.
Yeah. He better go in on her, too. Like, she came, bust shots. Let's go, Jack. What you got? Period.
Brandy really can rap, though, and I love to hear her when she's rapping. I love when she sings, but I love when people, tap into new things and do things that people don't always, expect from them. So, yeah, Jack, you got 24 hours to respond, Jack, okay?
I was getting ready to start an OnlyFans because I found a talent that I have.
What is the talent? We want to know.
I'm getting all right. I'm getting stares, so I can't tell you about this talent I have, but I have a talent, and I was ready to start an OnlyFans to get paid. Baby was like, no, we can't do that. We can't let them know. But girl, because I got a gospel album coming out. But girl, do I have talent?
Well, speaking of gospel and talent, we're about to get the gospel from our girl, Babs Bunny, because she has a talent of storytelling. So she has a segment called Bunny Tales where she takes real live stories and she breaks them down her way. Who needs Mother Goose when you have Mother Bunny? So everybody get your popcorn, get your mimosa, your coffee, whatever you need. Get ready for Bunny Tales.
Shout out Spade. Shout out Spade 21-836. That's a long day. What up, cuzzo? Saw me selling CDs on Nordstrom. I know you saw me selling CDs on Nordstrom Ave. Did you buy one? Did you meet me there or did you buy one?
In Brooklyn?
Yeah, I sold CDs everywhere, baby. I sold CDs.
You was in the star, bitch.
I sold CDs everywhere. I had a backpack. There was no place I didn't go. I had to go through withdrawal, too, when I stopped selling CDs. Like, I would go places, and I'd be like, yo, you know what I mean? Every time I go someplace, I try to figure out how I can make more money while I'm there, and I just carried a book bag full of CDs. So I'm start doing that shit again in the flash drive.
Making money, you go finding, resources. That's a talent, okay? So everyone, it's time for Bunny Tales. Do the song, Luck. You made up a song last time.
I forgot it, but it's
I don't remember that.
Else, dun, 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 when she telling the story. Dun, 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 story time.
All right.
That's like the Netflix sound. Dum, dum.
Yeah.
Okay, now, not for nothing, y'all know a lot of times when I'm up on here, I do a lot of true crime. But today, this is a little different for me because if you've been watching the show, if you're a fan of the show, a while ago I told you that I took a DNA ancestry test. Okay? And I got my results back. I've been got them back, but we've been talking about other stuff, so I just haven't been able to get into it.
From Europe?
Huh?
You're from Europe?
I do have European in me, which is so crazy. Well, not crazy because my great grandfather is white, but yeah. And so, but what I am 40% Nigerian, right? 40. Can you tell? Look at this.
I know. I see you, Melanie. I wish I was.
Yo, I need 40% off my braids when I go get my braids. I'm gonna pull out my ancestry card. Like, yo, I'm 40%, son. What's good? I get a discount or what?
Well, I told you this before because majority of the African Americans that are here in this country, and majority of people who came here from slavery, we all originate from that part of Africa because that was a part of the Songhai tribe, and that's where we were kidnapped from. But go off.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. And so, Bantu people, Congo. Yeah, that's me too. Northwestern Europe. Yeah, Ireland, Ivory Coast,
All of
Senegal.
us, of course.
Senegal.
Yeah.
Wales.
You know what my friend told me one time? If we were ever to sue, right? If we were ever to sue the slave masters or whatever, my complexion is evidence of crimes committed against my ancestors.
That's a fact.
So if we ever wanted to go get a check, you just put Lady Luck on the stand. Look at me.
There you go.
Look at me.
Southeast Asia and the Philippines. So
you look a little Filipino.
I eat mad Chinese food and Asian food and stuff like that.
China and the Philippines are not the same. That is like so ignorant what you just said.
Yo, I'm not. Yo, stop trying to check me, bitch.
That's like you said. That's like you said. Yo, I eat. Yo, my ancestors is Haitian. I eat mad Jamaican food. Like what? What? Are you...
Fuck you. Anyway, yeah. So
I eat mad Chinese.
What else did I learn?
I know on there.
I do eat mad Chinese food. I do.
What that got to do with the Philippines?
First of all, I'm trying
ding,
to
ding,
share
ding. Everybody back to the
You are such a hater. From the time I pull, everybody. Like, yo, bitch, you don't know. Did you do a DNA test? No. You are not from the same place I'm from. Can't be, bitch.
You know what? I ain't take one because I don't want to ask.
All right.
I don't want to ask no questions. I want to believe everything that the people before me told me. So I don't want to ask no questions. Stop fighting shit.
Bunny, Babs, Luck, everybody back to your corners. We trying to hear the bunny tail. Luck, we know that you identify as Caucasian, so you don't need to do your ancestry. Babs, if you love Chinese food, baby, and you think that's because of your ancestors, then you love Chinese food because of your Vietnamese and your Filipino. It is what it is.
That's right.
Everybody back to your corners. It's the BEC Show, baby.
Okay. So today, this Bunny Tales is about a hating ass bitch named Lady Luck from New Jersey.
Let him fight. Let him fight.
Well, mind my business, Brina B. Thank you.
Well, tell us. Identify as white, but we actually, if you do your history,
Caucasian named Lady Luck. She was born. There was a rapper named Lady Luck from New Jersey. She was born. Birth name Chanel. Okay, she was in Manhattan one day looking for a friend, and she seen me.
I like. Worst day of my life.
She said, "Hey, you seem like a great friend. Will you be mine?"
I drinking.
Said, "Hell no, bitch. Not even one time."
I was happy back then.
goodness. All right. Let's get into it. Now, the reason why I brought up that I took up my ancestry DNA test because this story has a lot to do with your ancestors' DNA and all of that stuff. So now, I'm pretty sure a lot of people heard, or if you didn't hear, about Sally Hemings. Do you know who Sally Hemings is?
Only Sally Mae.
Does she eat Chinese food?
No, she eats pussy.
Ooh. Tell me more.
I'm hanging it up, and guys, I'll see you guys on Friday. I'm done. It's good night. It's not even freaking Friday.
Okay, now let's get right into it because I got to run through this. Now, Sally Hemings is a slave, okay? An African slave born in 1773. Let's get right into it. Now, her son told her story in 1873. He was 68 years old. His name is Madison. They was doing an article in the paper about ex-slaves. And so Madison was a well-known ex-slave. And so he said, yo, I'm going to tell my story. It was good. It's lit. Let me tell my story. And so he told his story. And yo, that shit opened up Pandora's box. All right. Now, Baye Bayal, okay, Sally's grandmother, all right? She was born in the 1700s. She was put on a slave ship in West Africa and brought to America. They did her dirty, okay? She became a slave, like most of the people they brought to America. Duh. All right? Now, she was given a partner. Now, her partner name was John Hemings. Now, her slave owner, when you would go to, like, if you was a slave owner and you would go to their crib, if you was their friend, they would give you food, liquor, and vagina. Like, they would tell a slave, like, yo, go be with them, lay up with them. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what Bayah had to do. And so she laid up with John Hemings, and she was his bed partner, and then she got pregnant.
Bed wench. They called them bed wench, but go ahead.
Okay, and then she got pregnant. Now, so she went back and she had a daughter. Her daughter's name was Betty. Now, they grew up in Virginia on a tobacco plant. Her master name was John Wells. His wife died, and he took Betty as his concubine, and they had 6 kids together. All right? One of the kids' name was Sally. She had a white father and 3 white grandparents, but she was still considered black. And she was still a slave, okay? Sally had a white half-sister from her father's first wife. Her name was Martha. And the year before Sally was born, Martha married a man named Thomas Jefferson. All right. When Martha's father died, she inherited Betty and her kids. And so Sally was just 2 years old. Mostly all the Thomas Jefferson slaves was high yellow, like this bitch up there, Lady Luck. Like, because... You know, he wanted it to look, yeah, all his slaves was high yellow. He was like, yo, I'm going to make my, everything look different.
They don't want you revealing their history.
That's a fact.
They said, down.
Once she said Jefferson, they said, no. Houston, we have a problem. They was like, what is
our great forefather? You won't be talking about that on our platform today.
Nigga say, turn her mic off. Ain't no electricity.
You won't be disrespecting us today, Brooklyn.
You gonna stop that Asian hate. What you're not gonna do.
We're gonna shut that story down right now.
She said, whoa. Did she telling the Sally story? Turn her mic off.
Get back to the bitch.
Yo, they don't want me to drop bombs on here, right? Dropping bombs on here. All right, now, let's go. All right, now, when Martha's father died, she inherited Betty and her kids, and Sally was just 2 years old. And most, like I said, all of them was high yellow. All right. And so what Thomas Jefferson did, he put a lot of his slaves on the census records. Now, one thing that Sally had that most slaves didn't have, she was raised by her mother and her siblings in her life. So now, Thomas Jefferson, wife Martha Jefferson, got pregnant 5 times in 9 years, but only 2 of them daughters lived because, like, yeah, she was losing them babies, and it took a toll on her health. And in 1782, she gave birth to her 6th child, Lucy.
The Wi-Fi is
and
messing
Martha
up again.
Yeah, they not here for this.
Is your Wi-Fi on? Because it started being choppy. They really trying to hate on this right now. Do you have any Dr. Seuss stories you want to tell? Because they don't want this story.
Me?
Yes. Yes.
You better tell a doctor. Lissa said.
Yeah, back.
This is ridiculous.
They don't want this.
They don't want me to tell this story, yo.
Nah,
you good now though? You good? You good? I can hear.
All right,
you
so
good.
Listen. All right, so anyway, where was that? All right, now, okay. Thomas Jefferson's wife Martha got pregnant 5 times in 9 years, but only 2 of her kids survived. And then she had a 3rd kid in 1782, and she died. Like, you know, it was too much on her body. She conked out, boof, it's over. And her daughter that she had, her name was Lucy. All right, so now Lucy and so now she died. She was 37 years old. Thomas was devastated. And in 1784, he took a job as a minister, and he went to France. Now, it wasn't no slavery out there, okay? And so he took one of his daughters, and he took a slave, okay, which was Sally's brother. And so now, me and my ad, okay, he got nervous because one of his daughters got sick and died. So he got nervous and sent for the other daughter. And so now the person that was supposed to come with her couldn't come, and so she took Sally. And so now Sally's in France, and she's 14 years old. This is 1787. She's lit out there now, okay? They done trained her how to be a French chef. She cooking. She making clothes. Her brother been out there for 2 years, so he's showing her the streets. He like, yo, it's lit over here. This is where we turn up at. Yeah, you could go over there. They rock with us out here. We lit out here. And so now it's a good life. But Sally started sleeping with Thomas. Smashing. Thomas started smashing Sally. And then Thomas said, yo, I want to go back. Sally and the brother said, what? We ain't going back. It's lit over here. Is you stupid? What are you talking about? And so he said, yo, if you come back, he told the brother, I'm going to free you. And he told Sally, I'm going to free your baby, because Sally was pregnant. So she said, all right. She believed him, and she left, and they went on back to VA. Okay, so now in 1795, she gave birth. Well, that baby that she was pregnant with, the baby died. Didn't make it. She had the baby. Yeah, the baby died. I
feel like Thomas Jefferson was giving bitches abortions back in the day. Like, what?
Dead ass, yo. And then in 1795, she gave birth again to a daughter, but then she died when she was 2 years old. Yeah. And then in 1796, Thomas Jefferson became vice president. Okay? And in 1798, she gave birth to their son. And it was popping. He lived. She said, yeah, you're not going nowhere. All right? So in 1801, Thomas Jefferson became the 3rd president of the United States. Whoopty, whoopty, woo. Okay? And now, in September of 1802, now let's make this clear. She was the first Monica Lewinsky, Sally. Okay?
Right.
This was before the news, the television, before social media, internet, all of this, okay? They had newspapers. And one of the niggas wrote an article, okay? And blew the shit up. This shit was recorded in the Richmond Recorder. That was the name of the fucking paper. And it quote, it is well known that the man whom is delighting the people to honor keeps for his many years has kept as his concubine one of his slaves. Her name is Sally. Okay? So now, y'all got to give Sally her props. Monica Lewinsky, she wasn't the first. It was Sally. And it was an uproar. And now they was not shocked that he was sleeping with the slave. Because that was normal. The reason why that article was drawn up is because he loved the slave. And that's what they said in the article. He loves her. He treats her with respect. And them kids look just like him. So this is everything that was in
So
the
he freed
paper.
those kids, right? They was free, the babies?
Yeah, so listen, no, not yet. The baby he told her he was gonna free, remember, died.
Nah, he acting like the baby. Do he love her, or is
roll over?
acting like the real the baby? Because he acting like Danny laying the baby. Like, if you love her, what happened? Why is you treating her like this? Why is she not free?
I said I was gonna free that one. She died. I ain't say I was gonna free this one.
Yes, that's exactly what happened. Okay, so in 1905, Sally gave birth again to another son named Madison. Now, Madison, remember when I first started the story, he is the one that's telling the story about his life and his mom. Now, Madison said in the interview that Thomas Jefferson was not fatherly affection to none of them, that he was only showed affection to his white grandchildren. And so he said they were the only children of his that was children of slaves. So he didn't really show them affection or anything like that. But they said that he did keep his promise, and he freed the kid. He freed the oldest kid in 1822. He freed that kid, and then another kid he gave them $50. $50 back then was a bag. Okay, so they got freed and got $50. All right, it's lit. Now, both of them went on to pass as white, because you got to remember, they 3 generations of white. So they went on to pass as white, and that's what they wanted them to do, so they could have, a better life. And so they lived in a white community. And they said Sally traded her freedom for her kids. 4 years after, on July 4th, 1986, Thomas Jefferson died. And in his will, he freed only 5 of his 130 slaves, and all of them was members of the Hemings clan. 2 was her son Madison, and another son. Madison was 21, the other son was 18. He also wrote that he would allow them to stay in Virginia. Because, see, if you was a free slave and you stayed in Virginia more than a year, they could put you back into slavery. Yeah, so at that time, if they freed you in Virginia, you had to get the fuck up out of there. You had a year to get up out of there, or they could put you back into slavery again. And so, he freed them, and then, the sons, 2 of the sons they decided to live as black men. And then the daughters decided, Luck, of course, the daughters, Luck, decided to live as white women, so...
They don't want to identify as black.
Now, when this story came out, everybody was in an uproar. Nobody believed it. They did not want to believe that Thomas Jefferson had white kids. And so in 1998, the great-great-grandson took the DNA test, and boom, he the pappy. He is the great-great-grandpappy. Okay? And so that is the DNA tell. I think it's a great story. Y'all should go look up Sally Hemings. There's more to the story and all of that. But yeah, Luck, maybe those your cousins or something, Luck. Maybe you might be, if you did a DNA ancestry, you might be related to Thomas Jefferson.
At least I'm not Filipino eating Chinese food.
What's wrong with that?
Like Chinese.
What's wrong with that?
I just found out that I'm actually related to the boxer Joe Louis. So I was talking. Yeah, my grandmother had like pictures with him and everything. So that was like crazy. Like he's like a distant cousin. So you just never know. If you don't want to do your ancestry through the DNA, talk to your grandmothers, talk to your aunts. Like get in tune with the elders in your family. I'm a little afraid of the ancestry thing because I think they're going to do a little bit more with that DNA than they telling us. But I do think that we should find out more about ourselves.
Yeah. Let's say you're not in the system. If you've never committed a crime, and I'm not telling people commit crimes, but if you was never in the system, that's how they find you. So if you gave these people your DNA, again, I'm not telling you to do no crime. I'm sending my thing out. My sister did it. And, she found some siblings and stuff like that. But I don't want to meet nobody. I don't want to meet no cousins. Unbeknownst to me, my dad had 23 kids. So out of 23, I'm the one. But, Yeah, like I don't want to meet anybody. Like I met one of my sisters last year. You know, she's like the oldest living sister, and all she want me to do is be a Jehovah's Witness. She don't never want to call about, you know, the history of us and stuff. She want me to get my soul saved. And I'm like, lady, I don't identify with what you do. So Jay Funkadelic, what up? But she don't, you know. So I'm not really interested in meeting any more people. Like my nephew, I don't know if he's still watching the show. I met him. As soon as I met him, he asked me for $100. You know what I'm saying? So like, he still ain't paying me back, and it's been 20 years. So I mean,
Well,
nobody.
I was hoping that I met people. I was hoping that my father was out there wilding, and that I was like, oh, I'm gonna find sisters. I'm gonna find a rich brother.
No,
like I was just
you
really
are
hoping for that.
Brother, I'm telling you, listen to me. I have enough issues with the people who have my phone number now. You know, people get upset with me when I don't hit them back immediately, but it's everybody has problems, and for some reason they want to get problems on me. So I have enough problems with the people I already know. You know what I'm saying? I am not interested in doing no ancestry, because when you do yours, it hit them up too. Like, yo, we just found a new cousin. So let's say you did. Let's say you did yours last month, and then I do it this month. They be like, yo, we found somebody else. You know what I mean? Like, nah, I don't.
That's what it did with me. It was hitting mad family members that had took it already. And I'm fine with that. Listen, I ain't got nothing to hide. If you want to use my DNA and make 2, 3, 4 me, go ahead. I'm all for it. I just want to meet them. You know what I'm saying? I don't like
take the DNA test and find out that something that you've been told your whole life is not true. Like, let's say, you know, because everybody's young at one point. Like, let's say you find out that your father ain't your father. Or
they have, it's a lot of people. They have support groups and counselors on Ancestry that talk to people, because a lot of people go up there and find, but that ain't Ancestry fault. That's your mother fault. So at the end of the day, like you met, like, yeah, that's not your daddy. And maybe if you get sick and you need something from your daddy, you might find out that that's not your daddy. That's your mama fault. Period.
Well,
yes, it is.
And it was wild back in the day before Trojan was invented. So I'm not accusing my mama of nothing. I'm just saying, like, I don't want to take ancestry because I don't want to find no new cousins, no new family, because I have enough cousins hitting me up asking me for money right now. I don't want, I'm not interested in any of that.
Listen, ladies, you're ovulating only for a certain amount. You can only get pregnant a certain time of the month. So if you don't know who your baby daddy is, that means like you're just sleeping with a different men in this short period of time, letting them just all in you. Like what? That y'all, yeah, nah. So I like y'all, no.
But let's shift gears a little bit, because we don't want to take. We're not doing any mommy shaming. If you a mother,
2 weeks for the
if
next
you a mother and you don't know, sometimes you might have had a good week. Okay, we're not going to judge you. I know somebody who slept with French Montana and Trey Songz in the same night. Okay, she had a good night. Okay, so you just never know, and we don't judge here on the Bacon, Egg, and Cheese Show. You do what you do. Do what you love. And speaking of love, that's today's chit chat topic. We're talking about love. I want to know, how much do you actually love yourself? And also, would you give up something you love for someone you love? So let's go with that first question first. The second question first. So would you give up something you love for someone you love? Like if you love going out to party with your, would you give that up for your girlfriend? If you love chocolate cake, but would you give up something that you truly love?
I love some girlfriend, so I gave up my hoes.
Don't play with me.
I gave up the hoes.
Me too.
I love the hoes.
I love you. I don't love them. I love you.
Right, so that's not something that you gave up that you love.
Okay. Was that the question?
Yes. Would you give up something that you love for someone that you love?
Okay. I love being single. And I gave it up.
You want to be single, bitch? You want to go?
No, I'm sorry.
Yeah, you just a sorry ass nigga.
I'm sorry.
Stop playing.
Sorry.
This never happened on The View. Bunny, how do you feel? What would you give up for someone that you love? Or have you ever?
I definitely have. I've definitely have given up the HOs. I've definitely done that. I've definitely
Because we love the hoes.
Yeah, you know, FTS. Like, I definitely gave up.
FTS.
Yeah.
Remember we had the gang FTS. Remember, we was for the street.
Would you give up? Would you give up? Would you give up smoking?
We gave up the street because we in love.
Babs, if you were in a relationship and you really love someone and your heart, you know, butterflies, you love them, and they gave you an ultimatum about smoking versus them, would you be able to give up smoking for someone?
Telling me to give up.
Yeah, like, nah, we're not even doing that. Like, what type of control situation here? Like, at the end of the day, we're not having that.
What about smoking cigarettes? Would you give up smoking?
I don't smoke cigarettes, but when I did, if it was somebody that was willing, nah, you can't say if you don't stop smoking, I'm not gonna help. If you gonna start, you should mess with me from the gate. I smelled like a big cigarette the first time you met me. Okay? So what, like, I don't understand.
Bad
like, so
hundreds. She used to smoke hundreds.
Oh, I did used to smoke hundreds. So at the end of the day, it's not gonna wait. You're gonna be waiting, dating me, being with me, and then like, yo, a year later, like, yo, if you don't stop smoking those cigarettes, I ain't with you no more. Like, I might put a cigarette out in your face for saying something like that to me. You sound crazy. Yeah, no, I'm not.
Okay, can I share something really fast with you? Because you just made me think about something. So I was on, I don't want to call it a date. So I invited someone that I guess it was like a mutual attraction to an event, right? But then I realized that he smoked Black and Miles. And I said, ew, what is it, 2002? Like, what are you doing? Right? So I let it be known that I ain't like it, but I didn't know what was going to happen at the end of the night. So at the end of the night, I'm about to go get a lift. And he's like, no, I'm going to drive you home. I should have just got my damn lift. So now he drives me home, and I go to give him a hug, and the hug turns into him kissing me on my cheek. So when I go to move, he kissed me like a tap kiss, and it tasted like Black and Mild. And I was like, ew, I'm never talking to you again. And that's why if you're watching the show, that's why I'm never talking to you again.
Yo, Black and Mild are really nasty.
Like smoking and those type of like.
They champ the Black and Mild.
You gotta be willing to give that up if you wanna, be with me.
Yo,
or even have me consider.
Everybody was smoking Black and Milds in high school, and I thought it was the dumbest shit because they would take all the tobacco out, then take the cancer paper out. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, real shotgun shit. What's going on? And I'm like, what are you doing taking the cancer paper out? I thought it was the dumbest thing. I took a little puff in high school. I never wanted to do it. You know what I'm saying?
I don't like cigarettes either, so it's like, no.
Yo, when I started smoking cigarettes, and a few months later, I started smoking a Black and Mild. And one day my father seen me. He was like, you smoking a Black and Mild? And I was like, yo. And he was so disgusted. So I was like, yeah, I don't smoke the whole thing. I can't even smoke. Because at that time, I couldn't. I said, yeah, it take me a whole day, 2 days to smoke a whole Black and Mild. He said, yeah, that's now. He said, and then eventually you're going to be smoking a whole Black and Mild. Then you're going to be smoking 2. Then you're going to be smoking a whole pack. And he said, I'd rather you start smoking cigarettes again than to smoke those Black and Mild.
Yeah.
And he was right. By the time Tony Dofat, what up? By the time I got to smoking that 4th Black in that pack, I said, it's over. I put them things down. And I was stink. Yo, Black and Mild stink. So I know I was stinking. Like, I know it. But
anytime you clip a cigarette or clip a Black, anytime you clip it and put, like, it just reeks. So I would, like, I wouldn't give somebody an ultimatum, but something for me is I don't like cigarette or Black and Mild smokers. You smoke
imagine bud, all this hair smell like Black and Mild.
I don't want to,
disgusting.
Now the second part,
you know what I'm saying? Like, it's 2022, and I used to love cigarettes. Like, You smoke a cigarette after everything, after court, after sex, after food. You're stressed, you're happy, police is behind you. I keep an emergency cigarette for when if the police ever come around. But other than that, like, you know what I'm saying? Like when you stressed, you know. But I had to get the cigarettes up. You know what I'm saying? So I shout out to anybody who's still smoking them Newports. You know, you gotta get yourself together. Don't smoke the hundreds like how Babs used to smoke. Babs Cadillacs. You know what I'm saying?
Yo.
I Cadillacs.
I've smoked before, but I used to smoke for the dumbest reason, right? I started smoking as a teenager because I heard that it stop your appetite. So I started smoking to like lose weight. So it was
It
just like
does. But you gotta drink coffee. You gotta drink coffee with it. They call it the Hollywood diet. But it's
baby.
just temporary.
It's
So it's
so
like
bad.
if you know you getting on the red carpet in like 30 days, you know, so you start not really eating. You drink the coffee because the coffee, like, you know, is what's in your stomach, and then you smoke the cigarette. And that, like, yo, that used to be the best.
And it gives you the bubbles.
Coffee.
And then your teeth look crazy. Your breath smells crazy. This is bad advice that you're getting from Brooklyn Babs. I just want to let you.
No, I'm not. Listen, I don't smoke anymore. So my thing is, I would encourage everybody to quit, but I know that it's real. So I don't judge. I don't press people. I'm like, yo, when you're ready, you're going to do it when you're ready. You know, it was one of the best things I did for myself. It was very hard to do, but I did it. I was having a baby. And so that's why.
I'll talk to a girl who, you know, I'll talk to a girl for a minute. You know, I was talking to everybody for a minute, but me and the girl was talking. And then one time I saw her smoking a cigarette, a Newport, and I judged her. And we never talked again. I judged her.
No, I don't do that. When I met my boo, I stopped smoking 8 years ago. And so, you know, I deal with somebody who,
Your boo still smokes cigarettes?
She actually quit 3 days ago.
Oh, okay.
She actually quit 3 days ago. Yeah, I told her that yesterday. I said, I'm so proud of you that you know, continuing, because it's hard. But like I tell everybody, when you're ready, you ready. And, you know, you're going to breathe better. You're going to feel better. Your food is going to taste better. Like, you know, if you know,
it's hard.
The bobo
is
hard
to give her support. Better. You got to give her support.
Yeah.
Cigarettes,
I do.
They become a clutch. I used to be at your boo house. I would wake up coughing and shit like that, you know, because once you start smoking cigarettes, you like, you know, you bougie now. You know what I'm saying? So I remember my man was in my car, and we, you know, we could smoke weed in the car. And nigga pulled out a cigarette. Can I smoke this? I was like, yeah, I'm gonna pull over and let you out. Like, I don't want my car smelling like Newports, because that smell stays. You know what I'm saying? It stays. So, you know, shout out to everybody who's trying to quit smoking cigarettes.
Yeah, shout out to y'all. Listen, I'm gonna tell y'all, I was the biggest smoker. And I stopped. I liked smoking.
Me too.
I loved smoking cigarettes.
The last time I was around it, me and Babs was in LA, and we went to Mad Lion's studio. And there's, you know, we in the studio, so there's no windows, there's no ventilation, you know, it's just the regular. And there was like 2-3 people smoking cigarettes. My throat pulse started hurting the next day. Like I was in there with the smoking the pack. So I know that I couldn't smoke. Overflow, if you smoke cigarettes right now and where you at in life, I just want to slap you.
And the hookah is no better too for anyone who thinks that, you know, they're going to replace the cigarettes or the Black and Mild, the cigars or what have you.
Hookah's
hookahs, yeah, because you're smoking for hours, extended periods of time, and it's like smoking thousands of cigarettes.
Smoke a day.
Some people are addicted to hookah.
Mm-hmm.
Some people, listen, no smoke. Let me make this clear. There is no smoke that is good for you. Even marijuana. I'm talking about the smoke itself that goes down into your lungs. It is not good for you. But other things, you know, the cigarettes, the cigars, and all of that is more harsh. But let's make it clear. There is no smoke that you are inhaling that is good, because smoke itself is bad for you.
Right.
Like, why you think if you go to the dentist and you getting work done, they say don't smoke. They don't say don't smoke cigarettes. It's the smoke itself. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna mess.
I rolled up as soon as I left there. My mouth numb too, and you guys are thinking like,
Yeah, but I'm just saying, a lot of people do it. A lot of people do, but you know, these doctors, you know, they saying if the dentist like, yo, don't smoke, you know, you gotta chill and stop smoking. And I feel sorry for people that smoke cigarettes and they get dental work done and gotta go right back and smoke. But anyway, like I said, when y'all ready, y'all ready. Cigarettes is a hard thing to do. I used to love smoking cigarettes with my coffee. Oh my God, my first cigarette. Yo, I used to count my cigarettes before I went in the house. Like, I only got 4 cigarettes left. I gotta go to the store. Like, make sure I got my cigarettes. Cause when I wake up, like, if Luck called me, I'd be like, She'd be like, girl, let me tell you. I'd be like, hold on, let me get my cigarettes. Like, you know, I gotta light my cigarette before the conversation. Like, it was like that. So
thank you, Sean,
yeah.
for buying the badge. Thank you, everybody who bought a badge. Now, I was a pack every 2 days. Yeah, but we gotta get out of here.
Yes, real quick before we go, I want to send my condolences, and you know, I feel so sorry about everything that happened yesterday at the school shooting in Texas, where these children was brutally murdered. You know, I'm in Texas. For those who watch the show, y'all do know that I'm in Texas. I was getting so many calls yesterday. Like, you know, y'all okay, y'all good, y'all good. Thank God. And, you know, it's a sad thing to see, sad thing to hear. I was crying all day yesterday when I started seeing the babies because my son is in the 2nd grade and it could have been anybody's child. And so it's a crazy world that we living in right now. This is horrifying. Like, I don't know these people, but I boo-hoo cried seeing these mothers run to the school to try to see if their kid made it. People waiting around to hear if their child passed, you know, the names. For the people that had the first responders that had to go in there and pick up these babies and search and keep seeing another dead body, like to have to see that. It is horrifying. And so I just, you know, God, please cover all of us. You know, and to all the mothers out there, we have to send our children out the door, or the fathers who have to send your children out the door, or the aunts, Lady Luck, who have to send their nieces and nephews out of the door and put their safety in somebody else's hands. You know, I pray, I just pray for us to cover us, and to keep our children safe.
Yes.
Because this is crazy. This is crazy.
I was so hurt yesterday, and I was in tears yesterday because not only this, but you know, like, I'm not gonna say Sandy Hook didn't affect me. You know, I was younger and maybe I wasn't into my feelings that I am now. And you know, I cried yesterday, and I don't have children, but I have nephews and I have, you know, cousins, and I called my sister, and I didn't even know what to say. Because I'm like, we have to train the kids in case this happens, but it's like, how do you train them? You know, like my baby, he's 7 years old. Like, you see it like that. Like, how do you prepare for something like that? And the worst part is, like, I know that when my sister and them moved, you know, I had to drop off my nephew's Chrome computer back to his middle school. They have to be buzzed in. Like, I'm standing outside. They didn't even let me in the building. They came to the door. Thank you very much. I had to stand outside 5 minutes. They got cameras and everything. So, like, how do you know, you let these people in the schools? It's horrifying. Of course, everybody's doing, you know, they want to do gun lobbies and they want to, you know, do things. And there's conspiracy theorists saying this is the plan. If it's a plan, I'm with it. If it's a plan, I'm with it, because not only were these 18 kids and these 3 adults lose their life, and not only that, but it's across the country and it's out of control. On Monday, we spoke about the video that's on my son's page. Americans' obsessions with guns is out of control and it's disgusting. I'm compelled to try to write something about it. Like, even with the 11-year-old girl being murdered in New York, and there's been so many stories day after day, like the baby who's shot and people are not aiming properly. So it's whether it's in the inner cities and they have the guns and they just shooting each other for no reason because of this music or whatever's going on. I read an article today. The district attorney in New York is begging rappers and record labels and the radio to stop promoting this music. They arrested over 20 people because what they do is they make these songs about the violence that they're doing, you know, to each other. So whether it be the left side, you know, the left side, whether it be these homegrown terrorists or it be the other side, where these kids in these inner cities is getting these guns and they shooting each other and they missing their target and shooting innocent people. I am so fed up with gun violence. And I don't know how people are still rapping about guns. I don't know how people are losing family members, friends, people in the community. I don't know how people see what's going on the news and still rap and make music about this. Maybe because I'm older now. Maybe because I'm, you know, I see things. Maybe I'm more sensitive. Maybe I'm more open to it, you know, because I'm guilty of it too. I used to rap about it. It was hard for me yesterday, and I know this is fantasy rap, but it was so hard for me yesterday to watch the news and then after that watch battle rap. And my girlfriend is into battle rap. She loves battle rap. But it was so hard for me to hear people the way they just talk about guns. And I you know, there's too many of us dying. And this is not a black thing. It's not a white thing. It's a us thing. And I don't know what could be done. But, you know, there was my friend was saying over in Iceland. Was it Iceland or Poland? One of those countries. Iceland. In Iceland, they don't have the gun violence that we have, and it takes you 3 years to obtain a weapon. I think that these kids is going to these gun stores. You old enough, you background check, you don't look crazy enough, and you're alive.
You don't need a background check here.
And
in Texas, all you have to do
is
be a Texas resident.
People need to be held responsible and accountable. These people need to hold the NRA responsible. The NRA is lobbying with politicians, so they give them money, they take care of them, and then they pass these crazy gun laws that puts all of us at danger. I'm not even going to lie to you. I'm terrified. I'm not even going to lie to you. I wake up every day. I'm into God. I pray to God every single day. But living in this country, whether it be from the gun violence, whether it be from racism, whether it be from COVID, whatever it is, there's so much. When you walk out of your door, you have to be covered by the armor of God, because we are living in crazy, crazy times.
Yes, and in Texas, let me make this clear. You don't need nothing. You have to be a Texas resident. I walk in the store, you could walk in Walmart, you walk in the pawn shops, there's gun stores everywhere. Like, and you could get any type of gun, heavy artillery, anything you want, you can get it. You don't need no permit. You just need to be 18 and have your identification. And you walk in and you get it.
My friend said, because down in Georgia and states like Georgia and Florida and Texas, they like, yo, you got to be strapped up because somebody else can have a gun. My friend said, but if everybody has guns, where are the people when you need them? Like in Texas, open carry state, everybody can have a gun. Where were they yesterday? You have these crazy laws so that people can have guns to protect themselves. But where were they yesterday? I remember I was in one of these states in the South, and it was a pawn shop that sold guns and liquor. Crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Crazy combination. I'm going to give me a bottle of tequila and a pistol. Crazy combination.
I just went to the pawn shop a few days ago to get my nephew a guitar. And they had a whole section of guns in the pawn shop. Just walk in there, yeah, let me get that. And if I was crazy, I could just get that, walk outside, and just that if I wanted to.
Nah, it's
you know,
crazy.
like it's
from the guy, Roundhouse or whatever his name was, to the thing in Buffalo, to everything that's going on. You know, we need to figure something out as a country, as a culture, and as a race, as the human race. This is not a black or white problem. This is a us problem.
It is. And once again, my condolences. Yo, it's unbelievable. I'm just saying, it's unbelievable.
Children.
And I feel like, just me, people try to get clout in life, but you could still want clout in death. And I feel like there's no other reason why this guy ran up in there except that he wanted to be famous and he was willing to die for it. Because what would be your purpose to run up in the school and start shooting babies?
Children.
It makes no sense. It makes no sense to me.
Which them kids ain't do nothing to you. And I'm not saying he should.
This is what I'm saying.
Not even at the high school. But them kids didn't bully you. Them kids didn't do nothing to you. They were children. You destroyed 18. It was 21 lives that you destroyed, but you stole 18 futures, 18 whatever those kids was gonna do. Parents, grandparents, teachers, doctors, lawyers, rappers. You know, you stole, you shattered, destroyed 18. Of course, 21. But those kids, they ain't even get it.
They saying Bam. Bam in the comments saying no. They said he was bullied. So what? That's the problem with this soft shit. So what? You know how many kids was bullied when I was growing up? What that mean? I know kids that used to get bullied physically, and they didn't go to a elementary school when they got in high school and shoot up the elementary school. The only thing that makes any type of sense to me is that he wanted to be famous. He wanted to be famous, and he was willing to die for the fame. And so now he's immortal. He gets to live forever. And you will have movies about him and books about him. And you will continue to talk about him forever. He was nobody before, right? He was getting bullied. It's crazy people out here that's willing to do that have committed these crimes just so they could be known.
Why don't y'all do that shit work so that y'all could be healed? You drive 3 hours to go, prey on people that are innocent. Drive 3 hours to go find a therapist. Why don't you go dig deeper and do some work? Like, people are so afraid to hold themselves accountable to be better. So instead of doing that, they want to go inflict pain because hurt people. And that shit is trash. And even though it's not a black or white issue, I do want to show a video that was shared in the group chat. And I want to get your opinion on that. It kind of goes with what you ladies are speaking about now. And then we could go.
The murderer is alive tonight. The police had every legal right to shoot him on sight with a gun in his hand when they cornered him in the store. But they talked him into dropping his gun to the floor, and then they arrested him. One of those police officers had been on the street with the unarmed 18-year-old Michael Brown in Ferguson, Missouri. Maybe Michael Brown would be alive tonight. For some reason, unarmed black teenagers and men seem more likely to be shot and killed by police than white supremacist teenage mass murderers with guns in their hands. I don't know why the murderer is alive tonight. The police...
So I just wanted to share that because I felt like it went with what you were saying. So, it's just something that, we should take in as food for thought. Babs, I see you shaking your head. Do you want to say something?
Let me just say this real quick before we go on the bully thing. I was bullied. I want to say shout out to Naya, rest in peace, because she did pass away, and we became friends later on. But it was a girl. We went to the same daycare, and we went to elementary, and Naya was obese. She was really big, way big, and she used to bully everybody, and she used to bully me. She used to be like, yeah, back in the days when it snowed, they used to put the whole snow suits on us and send us to school. She told me to pull her snow pants off. Like, oh, yeah, pull off. You know what I'm saying? Like, trying just herbing me. Like, just taking my snacks and stuff. And by the third grade, I got tired. She was doing it for years. And I got tired, and I put hands, feet, elbows, forehead, everything on her. You hear me? And I ain't never been bullied again. So at the end of the day, being bullied is not a reason to go commit mass murders. No.
I was targeted too. Look, what are you feeling before we go?
I was bullied, but I mean, I don't want to call it bullied. It was more like colorism within our community. You know, just you already know how it is. It's always been brown skin versus light skin, you know. So I'm gonna be honest with you. I got bullied and then I became the bully. You know, it was more like the class clown. You get what I'm saying? I don't know if it was a defense mechanism or whatever it was, but I know that when I had problems in school with girls, they didn't look like me. You know what I'm saying? Um, but that never compelled me to want to go get a gun and shoot up nothing. And I just want to, I always want to pray with y'all. You know, I just pray that God protects all of us, Father God. Anybody who's watching the show, anybody who came into the show, anybody who supported the show, I just ask you to protect us from seen and unseen dangers, Lord God. I ask you to protect our children while we're in school. We are living in tumultuous times, if that's the word. And I just ask you to keep us safe, Lord God, whether it be from racism, whether it be from radical people, whatever it may be, God. We're living in what they would say the end days. And I just lift all of our children up, all of our nieces, nephews, sons, daughters, cousins. And I just ask God to protect us because the devil's running loose out here.
Amen. More compassion, more love, less hate. This is the Bacon, Egg, and Cheese Show, baby. Unlike any experience you've ever had before. We chop up hot topics, we dish the dirt, but we also could give you valuable gems and also prayer. Thank you, Lady Luck, for that. And we'll see everyone on Friday at noon, same time, right here on Instagram. And you can check out more of the show on YouTube. So head to YouTube after the show, type in Bacon, Egg, the letter N, Cheese Show in the search box. Hit subscribe and don't forget to also hit the notification bell because you don't want to miss any exclusive content from Lady Luck's prayers to Funny Tales to all that we have in store. It's the Bacon, Egg, and Cheese Show, baby. Let's get up out of here.
We got buy one get one free on Lucky CBD right now too. We're running a Memorial Day sale. I love y'all. See y'all Friday. Please be.
Oh wait, Luck, wait, real quick. Queens Court, June 25th. Tickets are on sale right now. It's going down in Georgia. So, hold up. It's a lit situation. Come rock with me. QOTR. Give it up for the ladies. You already know the vibe. Bam.
Wait, one, two, on that. June 19th, baby. I'm in Carolines. That's a big deal. All of the legendary comedians have touched this thing. It's going to be my first time. I'm going to be hosting, but I'm also going to do an 8-minute set at the beginning of the show. And I'm going to, it's like the female Martin Lawrence. I'm hosting the Gerald Kelly Fathers and Sons Tour. Head to Carolines. And please, let's sell out the tickets so they can add a second show. Support my team members, my co-hosts, my ladies that are doing amazing things here on the Bacon, Egg, and Cheese Show. We are supporting all Black-owned businesses, including our own. She got buy one, get one free. She out here, first lady of battle rap, the first female battle rap league. Act like you know, baby. It's the Bacon, Egg, and Cheese Show. We're going to see everybody on Friday.
Love y'all.
Friday.
Friday.